What it do, family and friends? Welcome back to the Church of Black Power. If you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click that link in the description. Go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. And with that being said, family, welcome back to another First Sunday. Welcome back to another Sunday service. And today we got a very, very special guest here, family. And God dang it, I've been funneling with this camera all this time trying to get to work, but it's about time I just get a new one because he definitely deserves a B1 salute. So I want to make sure everybody out there give our brother a B1 salute. Our good brother, Kid Gravity Beyond, is in the building. Much love to. Oh God!
Well, let me tell you something, Church of. Let me tell you something. Is that black in your name?
That is black in my name, yes, sir.
Well, let me tell you something, Church of Power, dude. I'm glad to be here, dude. And you know, even though I'm in hell right now, dude, I'm just glad to be here for you, dude.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you, KG. You know who you look like right now? You look like the Lorax.
Let me tell you something, dude. I've been around forever, dude, and Lorax took this look from me, dude.
Oh, KG, man. All right, look. Gotta ask you, man. You gotta give me your thoughts on this whole, debacle with the whole, Hulk Hogan situation. May he rest in peace. How do you feel about that?
Well, being Hulk Hogan, dude, I'm gonna tell you I'm a great guy, brother.
Except for when you're not, right?
I'm always a great guy, brother. It's everybody else that doesn't like me, brother.
Not the 22-inch pythons, huh?
No, it's more like 12 now, brother, because I'm in the dirt, brother.
Oh, not oh, Jesus Christ. KG went Super Saiyan. That's what the hell that was. Oh yeah, KG turned into Goku real quick, brother.
We gotta go back to base mode now.
Salute to you, my good brother. How are you doing, man? Thank you for being here.
Oh, it's good to be here. Rare Sundays off. Those are a privilege.
Oh, yeah. Blessings to that. And I'm glad that you were able to be off on this Sunday. I've been wanting to have you on the broadcast for a minute, especially, as the co-host of this jam here.
By the way, that was the muckster, not the holster.
The muckster. There's been a lot of backlash coming. Well, a lot of what do you call it? Manufactured outrage coming from the side on the Hulk Hogan fans.
Because them fools don't know that man's history. Because again, remember, if you're a wrestling fan, you were looked at as being weird.
Yep, that's true.
So they didn't understand. Me personally, I didn't like him when the whole debacle with the car accident with his son happened. And he sat there and basically denigrated the victim. Talking about he's a weirdo and all this other stuff he said, and then started denigrating the family. And I was like, wow, that's kind of dick. I mean, you're trying to protect your son, but come on now.
I thought he was a real American, though. That's not something a real American would do, is it?
I mean, what is a real American?
Well, let's get into this because there's a lot of questions I want to ask. I got to pick your brain. But before we start, let me give a shout out to the folks in the chat real quick. Hopefully, isn't too extended. Oh, okay. A B1 salute and shalom to our brother Jesse Paris. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. Our sister Hurricane Nisi in the building. Thank you for being here. Andrea Jones, thank you for being here. Aquarius Minded, thank you for being here, as well as Reparations Nation. Thank you for being here. RBJ, thank you for being here. Our brother AO in the building, thank you for being here. Damon Reed, shalom, and thank you for being here. Priscilla Taylor, thank you for being here. Our sister Mia Kim is in the building. Thank you for being here. Cooking with Miss D, always a pleasure. Thank you for being here. Gamer is in the house. Thank you for being here. Dude.
Oh,
G got KG had
bad
y'all roll.
idea. I think that was a bad idea buying that thing. I'm getting all these polyester heads in my mouth. Hold on one second.
Let's see.
Oh my God.
While he finished there. Black are you? Thank you for being here, family.
Oh my God.
U.S. Army Brad, thank you for being here, family. Fake Speaks Life, much love to you. Thank you for being here, my sister. Much love to you. Make sure we got everybody here. All right. Now, KG, always got to do this. Whenever I bring somebody on, I have one major question before we get started. You know, everybody don't start off in the same place, but seems like we end up in the right place. What is your villain origin story? Look at that smile.
Don't we all have one? My villain origin story. I guess it's probably started in grade school because I was raised to not listen to hip hop music. My parents, you know, being from Jamaica, they thought that it was too degenerate at that point. You know, that was gangster rap and all that.
Oh, you had one of those kid and play fathers, huh?
Nah, they let me listen to Will Smith, but not Kid and Play. That's why I still think he's the greatest rapper alive.
You was getting jiggy with it. No.
Nah, this was summertime. This was, you know, parents just don't understand, you know, things like that. It was like,
okay.
But to compensate that, they would only let me listen to the news and sports radio, which is fine. That's cool. And that's how I got into learning about politics and really loving it. And, you know, here we are now, damn near almost 35 years later, and I'm still talking about it, except now YouTube paying me what they want to for this comeback. And I think the villain part started when I shitted on Kamala Harris way back in 2019 and told people that she was going to be on that ticket with Biden. And that's going to be a misstep if people flow with that. And here we are 6 years later, and everything came out to fruition. So, you know, politics, I know it's not sexy for everybody, but, you know, I just try to make it as palatable as I can. And I still got more of this here in my mouth. Pause. Oh, shit, that's mine. Never mind.
Don't a key takeaway from this family is don't go down on Super Saiyans. Pause. It's just gonna put golden Lorax hair. You know,
yeah. Pause.
Okay, so you grew up listening to a lot of politics, which put you in the mind frame of a politic. I don't want to say a politician because, you know, that's somebody totally different. But it put you in the mindset of a political scientist. What was one of the earliest times that you could see yourself having to use those frames of politics that you were learning?
I guess it probably have to be the OJ stuff. Because my parents used to send me to my grandparents' house in Delaware for the summer. And we all know famously 1994, during the NBA Finals, the OJ stuff came. And, you know, it interrupted the finals, okay? But going around the streets of where they lived in Delaware, you just heard people in supermarkets, in the stores, the banks, all talking about OJ. And mind you, this is in Delaware, so you already know what it is. The amount of stuff I heard about Black people and how bad we are at like 9 years old, I was like, that's crazy, because I don't know how many people went through this, but if you got sent away for the summer and you went back home, you feel like how different it is. Like those couple months, like it seems like your whole world changed. I started being more in tune with what was going on. And New York was worse. That's where the divide was. And I was like, wow. So I would always watch the news and always hear the news reports about OJ. And the way they were talking about that man, it was crazy. So I guess that's probably the best answer I could give in my earliest interaction with politics and stuff.
I'm gonna be honest with you, being a 9-year-old and having to be subjected to just all of what the OJ case was. And I remember being young and just seeing the optics around that whole damn case. It was weird because you're learning about the world and all this other stuff. Your family's teaching you about this, but you get to see it firsthand with the OJ trial, how the media moved, how the police moved, god dang it, planting evidence, all the stuff you're seeing in the movies, you really were able to see in this OJ case. And as a kid, that, even for myself, that skewed my view of the world just so heavily, especially when it came out that he was innocent, and the way that people just reacted to it. And like, whether it was Black folk or whether it was the Nabiscos attitude towards the whole situation had me like, oh yeah, y'all really just don't like us. No matter, you could say it, you can say you're cool, but this reaction, and it was indicative of all the things I've seen thus far, even now, like as an adult, there's nothing that changes whenever there's something that's racialized. You get to see these people come out, the Nabiscos come out and show their true colors. Like Torian says, they are their clan ancestors, and having to see that as a kid. Yeah.
New York was fun in the 90s. I gotta tell you.
You also the one that says politics is fun. Like,
it is. Especially when Dinkins was trying to run for re-election, he got killed by Giuliani. The Crown Heights riots. I mean, there was that. There was a couple of little riots in New York during Giuliani's little tenure full of shit. The stop at frisks, the police shootings. I mean, New York was special back in the 90s. It was special.
Well, as a Californian who was in California during the 90s, seeing the whole East Coast versus West Coast nonsense being propagated, I always wondered what it would be like to be a Californian in New York. Like, would it be a culture shock to me or something like that? But
because you gotta remember, a lot of them sitcoms, they would always, whenever they end, they talk about some, oh, I'm in New York, so we're gonna move to California, or vice versa. So we would have embraced y'all. We'd just be like, what y'all talking about? All this cuz and all this. What's this? we calling y'all herbs and all that.
Or y'all would have adopted it like when Lil Wayne went up there. Well, not Wayne. Well, yeah, when Wayne went up there, took the whole blood stuff up there all of a sudden. It's just a whole lot. So in between that time, so you started off young with the politics. When was it that you went in, because you are a chef by trade, when was it that you actually went in and learned what you did or went to school for your for the culinary arts?
I went to that story is always fun. Well, 06, I dropped out of college because I didn't want to go, but you got to appease to your parents. And I bounced around a couple of years just doing just working and things like that. But it really started when, so I'm gonna have to say this again, but I was on the verge, this close to committing suicide. And if my mom and my sister didn't come home, they'd have found me, because nothing was going right at that point. And, that's when I figured out you got to hit rock bottom. So that was my rock bottom moment. So, I bounced around for another year, just trying to work and rebuild myself. And then I kept pressuring my father, hey, let me go to culinary school. He kept saying no. So he finally relented and said, listen, if you go and you you just screw this up, I'm done with you. Never forget those words. So he paid for me to go full ride, no loans, no nothing. I graduated third in my class only because there was one day I didn't go because I wasn't feeling it. And I'm here now 17 years later, still doing it and moving up the ranks. And still giving, the people appropriate help. So, that's the story.
A friend of mine once told me there's a difference between a chef and a cook.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me that a chef creates the recipes and the cook follows them. Have you ever?
Most of them chefs steal the recipes anyway, but we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there today. Shout out to my chefs.
I say that because I would like to know if you have ever created a dish, and if you have, what is one of your most prized possessions as a dish?
I mean, nowadays there's not much to create, but I kind of did create. I want to say a braised beef dish, but I use jerk seasoning in it, so y'all can all cue your Jamaican jokes. It's okay. It's okay. I put jerk seasoning in the way of I just took whatever we make with jerk seasoning and I just put it in the jus for the roast while it was cooking, just to give it that little bit of island flavor. And let me tell you something, white people love that stuff.
Shit, got your ass.
I was not expecting the jerk seasoning. He said, "I just take a handful of jerk." Brother, let me tell you something. Jerk seasoning is God, if you know how to use it.
Not God.
Not God. Listen, we have Jah. We look at Haile Selassie as God, and also jerk seasoning.
Hey, see, and who was it? Kevin Tree. Shout out to you. He out here asking when we gonna have a B1 cook off. If all he gonna do is throw jerk seasoning all over stuff. Like, listen, I don't know.
You keep talking when I serve you the burger, it's gonna be done with jerk sauce on it. You better be quiet. Oh. Okay. I know you Californians. I know y'all love y'all corn sauces and all that. You better stop.
Hey. Don't be going
juice from strained carrots. You better be quiet.
Don't be going hard on the carrots, man. I got perfect vision till this day. Pause. Let me just wait. Yeah.
That was crazy.
For sure.
I don't even know what to say.
I gotta go pause on that. Pause.
Y'all out there frying avocados. Come on now.
I
got over to the East Coast. And I'm seeing it on menus, and I'm like, why are we frying avocado?
Only time I put avocado on anything is if I got a slapping burrito, if I'm eating nachos.
No, it is not jerk tapioca. It's brown stew tapioca. Get it right. See, that's why I can't stand y'all, man. We don't jerk everything.
She wanted our sister Hurricane.
What about the mac and cheese? Listen, I'm not like the other Jamaicans. I don't make doorstop mac and cheese. Okay, mine actually has some sauce to it. Okay, now y'all leave me alone.
So no jerking the mac and cheese?
Hell no, man. That's what they do Rasta pasta for.
Rasta pasta. No. I pass. I don't.
I did catch a Jamaican putting Alfredo sauce in their mac and cheese, and he ain't going back to the island no time soon.
Yeah. I caught somebody put mushroom soup in the mac and cheese before, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't us.
I got
It wasn't us. It wasn't soul food.
Where's the soul in that?
That's what I'm saying. It was, you meet people who throw a little bit of something in there.
Which one of Shang Tsung's victims made that?
And unfortunately, this is somebody I knew since I was a kid, and I know the man can cook. The man can cook his ass off, especially in a barbecue situation. I just didn't expect to walk in and see, and maybe I tried it and didn't notice all this damn time. But when you see something, you can't unsee it, and that's what it was for me. That's
the color didn't tell this man nothing.
The color didn't change. To be honest with you,
What?
It didn't change.
Lord.
The man put all his cheese in there and tossed in some mushroom soup, and I was like, God, Lee, man, you gotta watch. That's why I say you can't eat everything all the time. I ask people from now on, what do you put in your mac and cheese?
Miss Lacey be pulling gunpowder in her shit.
Oh no, not from the army days.
Shit, that munitions, boy, that elevates the whole dish.
Oh shoot. So KG, man, you started out as a right winger, far right winger, from what I hear.
Who told you that?
You was listening to Thomas Sowell, Candace Owen, Can't Dance. I heard you say you was rocking with Tommy Sotomayor. I gotta ask the hard hitting questions, my friend. So
I'm trying to find who this person is you talking about. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I listened to Tommy for a while. I'm not gonna lie, but I wasn't a right winger. They hated my guts. No right winger. Listen, no right winger, would be sitting there giving Bush the business on Facebook.
Yeah,
I was doing that for years.
Are they mad at you then, or are they mad at you now?
Oh, MAGA hate my guts, boy. You be in some of them lives I do on the phone.
Yeah,
I terrorize the hell out of them. They don't like me.
So what was the turning point for you to get away from Tommy and his rhetorics?
That whole Kevin Samuels thing, talking about Kevin Samuels stole everything. I'm like, dude, everybody on YouTube steals from everybody. Come on now. But the fact you sat there and did 30 straight days videos on that man, I was like, okay, you a little too obsessive. We got to
go. Me and Kim, yes, my stomach was churning. I didn't eat cheese for the next 4 days, to be honest with you.
Man, your stomach wasn't churning. You sat there and you had the perfect reliever.
I didn't eat cheese for the next 4 days, KG.
Dude, you walked your way right into better health. Cut it out.
Not better health.
That's what I'm saying.
Salute to our Torian Reigns.
Gangster, dog. Keep it gangster. Question: Is that how y'all California cats be going to the bathroom? Y'all be see walk to the bathroom?
It just depends.
Y'all be doing the Doug C to the bathroom. I'm just saying.
If you gotta do it that bad, you know what I'm saying. You might be happy to see a bathroom. So it might be one of those situations. Especially if you eating Taco Bell, that'll send you to the bathroom, see walking all day. Dub C style, nigga, jumping. You know what I mean? So what is it with Cat Dance? How did you stumble upon Cat Dance, and what was your first? Because out of all the people I see that's check Cat Dance Owens, it'd be you, it'd be Torian. Be Torian, it'd be you.
It started in 2018. I saw some video of hers on Instagram. And I was like, okay, she kind of sounds like, okay, she's kind of right there. But then, as I said, I gave her credit for going to the Revo Summit because people were saying she's scared to show up. So I gave her credit, and I was like, okay, her and Killer Mike are actually having a good conversation. And I still wasn't rocking with her, but I was like, okay. Broken clock and all that. When it came to the Chauvin stuff, that was like, okay. Now you one of them. And she was actually my thrust off point to find out about the rest of them, because I heard about Tatum, but I ain't fuck with him. He's retarded. And then I found out about Forehead, and he was retarded. And one of my friends put me on to the Hodge twins. I was like, okay, they doing the fitness videos, they being funny, and then they grifted over to the right. And I was like, okay, they just stupid. And here we are now. And I just terrorized this girl because this girl, I can't believe she's from my tri-state area and she's this dumb. I don't understand it. If you're from the New York tri-state area, you're supposed to have some sort of street smarts, and she's just showing that she's just a liberal white woman that's not from New York.
You gotta have that I'm walking here energy, right?
Shit. No, you know what you gotta have? You gotta have that energy. You trying to mess with me? I'm gonna take a bottle and smash it over your head.
Oh,
in
damn.
front of Madison Square Garden.
Damn.
You gotta look up that video one day. You can't play it on the channel, but look up that video one day. You'll play it back about 4 times.
That is a bit extreme. Is that just for someone saying something? Like,
yeah, leave people alone. No, he tried to get this homeless dude was over there across the street, just mind his homeless business. This white man tried to remove him instead of going to work, and he got what he got. Because you don't touch people's stuff, don't invade people's spaces. And he got what he got.
That's gangster as hell. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that's that's
what I'm saying.
That pick up a bottle and bust you over the head energy. Okay, this turned into a bar.
Listen, you gotta remember, this is New York. They were pushing people off the subway platforms. Come on now.
Oh yeah.
We're on that type of time.
Yeah. Even in California, when we had the metro, the metro link out there, and somebody fell in there, everybody became worried and to help that person out of there. Like, I ain't never seen nobody just get pushed onto the dang tracks that video.
I seen one. Yeah, luckily the train was like 20 minutes away, but I seen somebody get pushed onto the track. They don't play out there.
So now you in Atlanta. So how is it? What's the difference in culture that you see moving from a place like New York, where it's super fast, to a place where like Atlanta, where it's much slower?
It's kind of like Queens, when I used to live there. It feels tight. It's like everything is like, it's expansive, but it feels small. It feels like a small town. Like, I could literally traverse the city in like 30 minutes. You do that in New York, you maybe get 3 blocks on the right day. But it's nice out here. My daughter's thriving. The air is cleaner. I'm out in the suburbs. It's nice. I ain't going back up top. Y'all can stay with the snow. I'm good. Can't say I miss shoveling snow.
Hey, I'm be honest with you. I hate the snow. I hate the snow with a passion. I can go to the snow, but I don't want to be in the snow. I've been snowed in Texas. What is it, Fort Stockton, Texas? That was it for me. That was it. If you ain't never witnessed black ice, that's just not for me.
That's it. That's ice. It.
Black ice.
Come on, you gotta take your foot off the brake and let it ride, brother.
Nah, babe.
Let it ride and let it slide. Come on now.
Especially when I never had seen snow before. That's what made me say I would never drive back and forth from California to Texas.
You from California, and y'all got the cocaine all over the place. You tell me, so yeah, you ain't never seen no snow.
Hey, look, not that kind of snow. Not that kind.
Y'all don't be skating out there.
Hell no, not that kind
of snow. Y'all
don't
be skiing.
No, baby, no. If anything, you provide the ski lodge. That's what that's
don't the Mexicans be going down up in the mountains and stealing that ice.
So, as somebody who's kind of been aware of a lot of these people, like, the Hodge twins, Candace Owens, Can't Dance, as I call her, and, all these other folks, in your opinion, if you had to give a list of the most dangerous ones, let's say top 3, who would you think is really a problem in the grifting space?
Do they have to be black?
No.
I'd probably put Candace at 3. She's lost a lot of her powers. And again, folk warned her for years, and white folks going to turn on her, and she didn't want to listen. So she got to deal with it now. They out here calling her crazy now. And as a black woman, you don't want that label on you. Number 2, I'm probably gonna have to say Tucker Carlson. He's slowly him and Candace slowly trying to grift over to the left. And number one's got to be Trump. Oh, y'all didn't expect me to say that. Trump is a whole grift.
Excuse me.
Listen, we both from New York. We know somebody that's faking the funk. That man is a lie walking.
and you would know so because you say this all the time. You voted for Trump in his first term. What was
second
it?
Term, second term.
Second term. His second
he was
term.
Trying to go for the second term. He was trying to go for the second term. I voted for him in 2020 because I ain't trust Biden. I was like, Biden gonna fuck us up. So I voted for him, and he lost. I said, okay, he lost. I'm gonna terrorize Biden.
And you've been really adamant, especially when it comes to MAGA and the MAGites, about you voting for Trump. So you have the right to criticize him the way that you do because you be on that man's head, and rightfully so. I gotta ask you this question. Who's more angry at you? Is it the MAGites or some of your fellow Jamaicans when you're standing up for, foundational Black Americans?
It's probably the trolls. Because you know how the trolls are. They look at me and say, oh, you just a dumb Black guy. You don't know what you're talking about. And then I start putting up the fact on them. Then they want to start arguing. Oh, you ain't expect that. Jamaicans, here's the thing with the Jamaican. And I'm sorry, green, gold, and black. I'm sorry, I gotta say it. Y'all too fair weather.
What?
No, I mean real talk. Like they jump. Like they try to play conservative because they deep in the church, a lot of them, but then they try to play liberal at the same time. Especially when it comes to politics. They be jumping each side. Like a lot of them were sitting there saying, yeah, Trump is that cat in 2016. Soon as everything went to hell, we got to get him out of here. Biden gonna fix everything. Especially when they found out Kamala people come from Jamaica. And I try to tell them that ain't gonna work for you. And then what happened? Where were the Jamaicans to stand up for Kamala? Where were y'all at? They did that one little crappy story about whatever village her people came from down there, parish, town, wherever they came from. Jamaicans didn't take that and ride it out. Jamaicans weren't vocal during the election. Now, were they? They secretly wanted Trump back in there because they thought he was going to get rid of all the worthless deportee boys. Okay, he started doing that. Now Jamaicans outside in front of all these immigration buildings worried.
Tell me a little bit about the system that Kamala Harris' family comes from in Jamaica, because I know that there's Indians in Jamaica, there's Asians in Jamaica. Can you explain that a little bit more so I can understand that quite better, please?
Oh, it's all class down there. The Indians, not so much the Indians, but the Asians, they like top next to the white folks. And that's usually like the white British that go down there and, they establish roots down there and their families start taking over, things like that. But the Asians got a big swath of the island. You got the white folk. Then you got the uptown, what they call uptown. That's like the snobby Blacks. They live in like Beverly Hill and all them other places. And then you got the ghetto. And then the ghetto, you know what the ghetto is. So it's all a class system now. And even though they want to tell you out of many one people, it's interesting that when Jamaica started getting exposed the last few years, they suddenly, a lot of them, especially you, dropped that. You don't even hear that no more.
Altamini, one. Yeah, that takes me back to that Asian lady. That I
Oh,
think
listen, they don't even listen when she came on the scene and them Jamaicans started gully creeping and doing the bogo and the butterfly to her videos, and I'm sitting there looking at them, and I'm like, she's saying all this just because she's a Chinese Jamaican, yet she's in Miami saying this. She not in St. Thomas. She not in Ocho Rios. She not even in New Kingston, Mandeville, Montego Bay saying that she in the 305.
Wait a second, hold on, because I didn't know that at all. You mean to tell me that this woman was sitting there showing off her passport, saying, "If you do not have one of these, don't talk to me about Jamaica." She was doing all that, and she wasn't even in Jamaica.
No, she's in Miami. She works for this production company out there in Miami called Take Two. They do videos. Because I remember, for those who don't know, I talked to this woman on DM in the back channel. Meta paid her and still pays her to put up those bullshit videos where she telling half truths. Yeah.
Oh man.
Because the funny thing was, every time somebody was in there checking her, she would just keep saying the same response. And then I asked her, and she said, "Oh, well, I have to make videos like that so I can hook you in." I'm like, well, first off, you sitting there lying on the history.
This sounds very much like what Act Blue and other political PACs, not just Act Blue, but other political PACs do with social media influencers, paying them to spew certain narratives in order to confuse the damn masses.
Right, that's all she is about. And you notice now, remember, they used to put her videos on X. They don't even do it no more.
Yeah, that's true. I ain't seen one of her videos on X in a while.
And I went over there on a humbug the other day, and her engagement going down too. Them youth down there ain't playing with her. Like, folks, stay giving her the business in the comment threads.
So when it comes to your platform, KG, one thing that I noticed is that you're a very balanced platform when it comes to whether or not you're calling out the Democrats, Republicans, immigrants, or foundationals, whatever the situation may have you. And even when you're just talking about anime or wrestling, you're very balanced in a way to where, you know, it seems like you don't want to teeter-totter on either line. How do you stay in that center of standing on the line and not teeter-tottering either way?
Tell the truth. That's it. That's why all these sectors and all these ideologies, they don't like me. I'm going to tell you the truth, regardless of how it makes either side feel. Y'all talk about, we got to tell the truth about things. Okay, don't come to my platform if you don't want to hear the truth. I can say Hogan did great things. I can also say he was an a-hole. If you don't like it, tough. I can say Jamaica, y'all got a beautiful opportunity to uprise the people and do better. I can also call y'all out when y'all are in the middle of a hurricane out there dancing. You got to tell the truth out here. The problem is we on social media and YouTube and all these other places, we're seeing everybody try to play to one side because they want to get the maximum amount of visibility and maximum amount of money that you can. What's going to happen that day you find out that everything that person told you was either a lie or a half truth? Now what? And that scumbag down there in your state just found out that again.
Not Hot Wheels.
Oh, I ain't talking about Hot Wheels. I'm talking about shredded potato brain.
Oh, shoot.
He didn't learn from Uvalde. He didn't learn from Tyree Nichols. He didn't learn. He didn't learn from lying on that story about that Bell County sheriff. He didn't learn. He went right back out there and did it again. Now people are saying, oh, you just a biased ass cop. Okay, say less. And they stay cooking him in his comment thread now.
Mm-hmm.
They cooking him so much, he talking in third person now.
And from what I hear, you know, Detective KG is on the case trying to figure out why he
Oh, we working.
You work.
Oh, we working. Oh, Monday, the paper goes out. Oh, we gonna get the chop in his fable.
I can't wait because god dang it, Tots is one of those people that I just can't. I can't sit and listen to him for any amount of time. Like Candace Owens, I can probably listen to for probably about 5 minutes before I get too disgusted. Like, you know what? You gotta go. Tater Tots, as soon as he start talking, I just have to turn it off.
I'm debunk all this right now. You ain't debunked shit.
And it never makes sense. This guy, it's like he tried to convince you don't see what you saw. You don't.
Why would it, but that's the move for his platform. He's gonna lie and say he has all this expertise, knowing that the general audience don't have it. Think about it like this. He went over to the white boys, right? To debate them because a lot of their crowd watches him. He went up in there and he started talking, and the crowd was like, damn, I didn't know he was this dumb. Notice, and I always say this, and you've heard me say this before, you notice that all these people that we mentioned, they never go live and have live debates on their channel. They never go out there and just click on live and go out there and create and teach people something. They never do it. Unless it's something in the realm of politics that they could grift off of, you'll never see them go live.
You know, I wonder why haven't we seen Tater Tots respond to anybody of significance? Like, you know, you done several videos on them. Torian done several videos on them. Hell, you know, several people in the new black media. He
knows better.
Ever.
He know if he come over here, he gonna try it. And we don't fall for it. He gonna try to big boy us. Remember, when I played, I don't know if you were here, but I played the debate he did with that white boy in Vegas. And he asked him, why didn't you donate to that? Or whatever he asked him. He's like, I'm a millionaire. We're like, who cares? Because then I caught him in another video saying it doesn't matter how much money you got. He can't debate live. Every time we see him debate live, he gets cooked. Every time. That's why it's safe for him to go to like Fox News or Newsmax. They're going to give him about 5-6 minutes just to talk. We saw what happened with Forehead when he went to go see Amazing Lucas. We saw it. We saw what happened with Forehead when he went to go talk to Mark Lamont Hill. It didn't go well, but because their crowd kissed their ass, they thought they did well.
Could you ever see Tater Tot sitting out in front of a crowd, taking questions and answering them?
He already did that. That was the UC Davis thing.
No, I mean professionally, like
that's their new grift now. They're doing the Charlie Kirk grift right now. He's trying to move them into the auditoriums.
The Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. Like he's trying to do it. Tim Pool, I think he just tried to do it at some college. I don't know if he got it. I think it's either he either did it or it's like coming up in the next couple of weeks. But this is the new conservative grift. Let's go back to these colleges and screw with college students. Because I'm going to go after the PDF files grift didn't work because as I told them, you screw around, one of them was, you keep putting these videos up, one of them songs start carrying. What ended up happening? One of them carried and shot at them folk. You don't see them videos ever again.
Speaking of the PDF situation, what do you feel about the Magites and their response to Trump not releasing any of the Epstein files and basically saying, hey, y'all still talking about this guy? We can't get past this guy.
We just proved that they're shaved sheep. That whole saga that's still going on just proved to them that they will follow anything that man says. And if that's not the definition of a cult, I don't know what is. You knew when he said on the campaign trail last June, you'll see that stuff very soon. Not now one of them pressed them. They was like, oh my God, he's going to be transparent. Over a year later, you still have nothing. And y'all still arguing that something's going to come out. The only reason why they wanted that list out so they could harass celebrities. That was the only reason why they wanted it. They don't care about them kids. They never did.
Democrat gotcha.
It's not even a Democrat gotcha. It's not even a Democrat gotcha. They want to be Hollywood. That's the MAGA grift that they don't want to tell you. They're all auditioning to try to go to Hollywood after Trump leaves. Charlie Kirk now going on TV more. Tatum Top trying to go on TV more. I'm old MAGA Medea over there. He trying to put out sizzle reels so his manager out there in LA could get him work when this is over.
Yeah, it was you that actually brought to light that Tiny Terrence was an actor, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a movie that was basically Friday with Pizza. And I found out that he had a whole booking agent out there in LA.
That's Inspector KG right there. I'm telling you.
Just like I found out that his whole Cousin Terry's thing, he don't even own.
Who owns Cousin Terry's?
This Pittsburgh company. They own all his likeness. He's just a face.
So he's just private labeling products, is what you're saying?
Yeah, they entered into a collaboration. He's gonna put his name on that stuff, but he don't own it.
And this is why it costs so damn much. Because
that company is basically a wholesale.
Right.
And I want to see how he's going to explain when he has to raise his prices this month. I want to see what he does. Because unlike you don't know, Pancake Critter, I'm in the food service industry. Your grains are about to go up in the second week of this month. I mean, no, not the third week of this month. Grain is going up. That's your flours, your rice. Yeah. You're going to have to raise your prices, sir. And I know for a fact some of your product, your ingredients come from afar. So I want you to go explain that to your people since you want to talk about your product as America first.
So Tiny Terrence don't own his business. He don't know how to flip pancakes because he didn't cook that pancake that he was showing.
Did you not see the dent in his cast iron pot? How do you dent a cast iron pot?
Somebody hit him over the head with it. He just kept it as a souvenir, I guess.
In them dry ass pancakes. I heard a thud when he flipped them.
Not a thud. Boop.
Oh my
Look,
God.
So let me ask you this, because you've been calling this for a while, for some years now. You were saying November 5th, the grift would be over for a lot of people. And you certainly called that direct from the gut of the pit of your gut. And you're kind of seeing all of these grifters just fall into the wayside left and right and really just screwing their own selves over at this point. So how does that make you feel, knowing that you just pointed it out and said this is going to happen and then just floated right by, which is a form of political science anyway, is to be able to predict. How did you feel?
That's more human psychology.
Yeah.
But I mean, you just got to read what's going on out here. That just proves that I'm actually into what's going on out here because I go outside. These motherfuckers stay in their house all day. They not see. That's why when Trump be talking about this economy booming, I'm like, dude, are you driving around this country? Are you calling people around the country? Because if you are, they're not telling you what you telling the American people. Just because you have the news lying for you, that don't mean nothing. We've seen that before. Watermelon is $25 in New York right now.
You said $25.
$25. My mother-in-law went to the store and saw watermelon $25.
Is it even seeded?
I don't know. I think it was. I think that was the seeded.
They upcharging for natural fruit. That's ridiculous.
It's not even that. No, it's not even that. And of course, he's not going to tell you this, but the New York ports, like Bayonne and all that, they're not getting supplies like the other ones on the East Coast are. Most of the stuff that New York is getting comes either out of Baltimore or mostly out of Baltimore and Philly. And you got to charge more because you got to transport.
And why aren't they getting the deliveries?
Because they don't want to pay them New York prices. They don't want to pay those fees to dock and drop the stuff off.
So, in comparison to a place like Florida, how much more is New York in their docking fees?
I think it's like 30% more.
Damn.
Yeah. Because already back in the day, most of that stuff will go to Bayonne and then you still have to transport it to New York. So people are like, okay, whatever. But now that you find out that you're getting your stuff from Baltimore, that's a 4-hour ride. Them trucking companies going to pay you more. Them multinationals, they're going to charge you more.
That is a hell of a jump.
Mm-hmm.
And it's high in goddamn Florida. So I'm like,
I mean, luckily down here it's like $9 for a watermelon. I mean, it's still high, but I can maximize that. I buy one, I get like 6 Ziploc bags, like the 6 of the gallon Ziploc bags out of it.
Right.
But I mean, $25 for a watermelon.
That's unheard of. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like,
when she told me, I was like, I thought she was capping. And then I did a little bit of research. I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense now. They know summer it's a demand, so they can hike it up a little bit. But now that they're getting it from further away, it makes sense. So here we are.
You've been very vocal on speaking about the tariffs and how they're gonna eventually turn back on America, basically f up everything. What are you thinking about, especially the new tariffs that Trump just announced on Africans? Do you think that even makes sense? Like, because I understand
it does make sense because he's trying to stop BRICS, which I don't even know why he's even attempting that. But, he knows that the BRICS nations are in Africa right now, and all those precious metals that they need, to manufacture iPhones and the electronics, cars, and all that. Most of that production is in Europe and Asia right now.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to try to use Africa as the middleman to cut that off and then force them African nations to come deal with us. So then that way, on the back end, them countries going to have to pay us less. Well, we have to charge them less. They're going to pay us more to bring stuff over here. So he thinks going through Africa, he's going to make more money. And I don't know who the hell's telling them that. They need to be fired.
Yeah.
Because basically right now, he just had an argument with Apple. He's threatening to cut off their subsidies if they don't bring production back here. And I already told you,
didn't Apple just build like a factory in India or something like that?
I know they just built one in China, another one. I know that. and they were thinking about building one in South Korea. I don't know about India, but and remember how everybody was saying. Speaking of India, remember how everybody was saying that India relented. India just told them to screw off.
Mm.
This is why I kept saying during the election cycle, he does not know how to navigate this post-pandemic world. These countries don't need us. Canada just said, we don't need your stuff. All the maggots in there said, oh, they're going to bow down. They're going to bow down. That was February. What month are we in?
Just got in August.
There you go. Remember the day I did that live, February 2nd, when Canada told him to screw off? And he's back on them tariffs. He had to give him a pause. Do you realize it's 6 months to the day that happened and Canada hasn't moved? By Canada not buying our stuff, they just put a major alcohol conglomerate in Chapter 11.
Which one?
Stoli.
Stoli?
Yeah, the vodka company. And the reason they put them in Chapter 11 is because they bought a lot of the Kentucky distilleries.
Mm.
And if you in the know, you know Canada loves bourbon, especially from America. When that boycott happened, remember that video? Them videos where the Canadian, they were in the stores taking the American products off the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, oh, they was just grandstanding. I kept telling people they're serious. They don't need our stuff.
Well, some people would say that, they already purchased the stuff in the first place. So if they took them off their shelves, what good would it done? Because you guys already made that purchase.
Yeah, but they could sell it. They could sell it at clearance and still make money.
Mm.
They basically own it. The problem is I kept telling them they're not buying new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to affect us. They said I was crazy. I said, okay. I said, wait till July and you're going to find out. What happened in July? What just came out? Jobs report, right?
Mm-hmm.
How bad was it?
Bad.
Very bad. 31,000 off. May and June were revised down to 5 digits from the 6 digits it was at. He ended up having to fire that woman, which I don't even know what that accomplished. Because it wasn't a problem when she was still there and she revised Biden's number. It wasn't a problem then. And that's something that they've been doing for decades, revising numbers.
Yeah. That's what
so
they're
you just
known
got
for.
So you just got pissed off that your policies are starting to really affect people. Again, I'm out here every day. Everybody hiring, but everybody don't want to hire everybody. If that makes sense.
Yep. Absolutely.
And it's gonna get worse. They're running around talking about this 1.66% inflation rate. Oh, that means it's great. No, stupid. That means that's a recession. That means these companies are not buying like they used to. They're still going through that January, February stock they bought and the December stock they bought before the tariffs hit.
Yeah, ain't that they're kind of talking as if the 0.6 doesn't exist, ain't it?
Yeah, no, they're saying the 1.66 showing that consumers are still buying stuff that we're starting to get out of it. Because for those who know, you want optimal inflation at 0.5% to 1%. They think that should be the same thing. I'm like, no, when you have a producer, that's different. You want your inflation around 1.2. Because that means you're getting your products at a cheaper rate and you could still sell it back to the consumer and still make hella profit. They're not making profit. These electronic companies they're dying for people to buy stuff. But people ain't got the money for it. Especially now, we're in back to school mode. Do you hear any reports of people saying they're sending their kids off with laptops and stuff? They're giving their kids the computers they have in the house.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I'm gonna be honest with you. As long as I was growing up, We didn't go buy brand new laptops in the first place when school went back. If you,
No, I
if
know.
it's
I'm
in
just
the
saying for
house,
this generation now. I'm just saying for this generation now, because they always say they're sending them off to college. They always have those college sales with knock off like $500 off a MacBook or something.
yeah.
They're not even doing that.
Yeah, because my mom and my sister, they actually have a business where they refurbish laptops, and they usually would sell them around like the beginning of the school year for college students, because that's when they get the most sales.
Mm-hmm.
No, so you're absolutely correct there.
I mean, look at the used car market. People are keeping their cars. You've never seen this before.
It's true.
People are running down their cars because they can't afford to go get a new one. And the parts now, they're more expensive. Mercedes and BMW and them just said they got to raise prices because of these damn tariffs. So all your luxury brands now are going to probably cost, they said, anywhere from like 10 to 30% more to get these parts, which means whoever's installing is going to charge you more.
So how do you think that it's going to play out in relation to the tariffs and the companies that are like pledging to bring back their business to America? And a lot of these companies, their parts in itself, they come from different manufacturers globally. So even if they were to move their company back, they would still have to price out their pieces that they're getting from different manufacturers across the globe.
Y'all are still thinking about just the manufacturing and the parts. The labor is why they won't do it. They're struggling to stay above water, and they're using cheap labor.
Mm-hmm.
If they brought them factories over here and the wages aren't moving and they're not commensurate to what their profit margin is, the second they open that factory, within 3 months, they're going to close. Because the operating cost is going to be too much. The payroll is going to be too much. And Trump was told that a year ago. He was told that. And he still wanted to sit there and threaten people. And guess what? These corporations, as I've done on that live, corporations are bigger than the government. I proved that they're not moving. And they're not going to move. They're going to stay over there. And they're going to dare him to go raise tariffs on them. And if he goes corporate tariffs, boy, we're going to have fun.
Yeah, we did. We've seen Trump backtrack on a lot of the things that he's been saying that he pledged before he got in
Them
office.
corporations are going to fund Democrats. I promise you. Even the ones that are loyal to him, they will fund Democrats for next year.
So you don't think that Trump is going to have a hand in selecting the next candidate for the Republican Party?
They're not going to trust him. You got to remember, the last 8 years, he's nominated people, and his record ain't that good.
DEI, 100% up and down the list. Okay.
Speaking of DEI, just like this. Never mind.
No, KG, go say you.
I'm gonna let him live. I'm gonna let him live.
You already started. Don't interrupt it now.
MAGA. How dumb are y'all? We know the answer, but y'all won't tell nobody the truth. How did y'all fall for that jeans ad? I might as well ask this question because this is a new audience. How did y'all fall for that jeans ad? How? Out there saying the left is upset, and they're really not. They're more mad at American Eagle putting the word jeans in there, but okay. How do y'all fund a company that still does DEI and y'all was against that? I just want to know. Y'all got to explain this to me. I did it yesterday, and none of y'all came in there. Maybe there was a NASCAR race on there yesterday. Man, that's what it was. Y'all was waiting for the Braves Red Speedway Classic. Maybe that's what it was. But y'all got to explain to me why y'all would give a company who's still doing DEI and social justice initiatives, why would you give them money? If you're against that.
Is it MAGA against the top hat community as well.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that Sweeney chick? Isn't she a part of the top hat community?
I ain't sure. That'd be even funnier if she was. But they're kissing on her because she supposedly registered for Florida as a Republican. Fine, whatever, I don't care. But a year ago, y'all were cracking on her saying that she was fat. This is why I kept saying y'all stand for nothing.
Wait a second. They said that tiny bag of bones was fat?
Yeah, she had some picture. Paparazzi got a picture of her in a swimsuit, and she had a little pudge. They say she was fat. I remember that. And now this year, because she put on some jeans, they'd say, "Oh, that's our new avatar." I'm like, y'all are some.
Okay, she's not Jewish. She is Scottish and Irish. All right. Yeah,
and then and even with the Dunkin' Donuts one, I'm like, y'all serious right now? Y'all can't be serious. Y'all just killed Dunkin' Donuts back in September for pulling woke ideology, putting up woke ads, and y'all about to run back over there because some dude that he from his people from Italy because he's white. Come on. They stand for nothing. They don't want to save the country. They just want to be celebrity.
Do you ever think about like when the so-called founding fathers, when they were, saying they didn't want the general public to be able to vote because basically what they were saying is the general public are idiots. Do you think that they were predicting this MAGA uprise?
No, they weren't predicting it, because if they predicted it, Trump's family would never have gotten over here.
That's true. Wasn't Trump's uncle like working with the government for a while or something like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love when they tell me that Trump is a political outsider. I'm like, that man's been in politics since the 80s. But then that just goes to show you most of y'all didn't care about Trump. Y'all didn't even know that man existed. Unless he showed up in the news. Being from New York, you knew who Trump was.
Yeah, only reason why a lot of people in California knew who Trump was is because all the goddamn rappers would love to kick it with Trump. Like that, when you saw Trump in California, you would see him around a bunch of black folk. So Trump was well known in that capacity that we knew of, but he was also the goddamn TV host guy. You're fired. He's the guy that tried to trademark the term "you're fired." Like that's what we knew Trump for. We never seen Trump for no goddamn that and the whole Central Park 5 situation.
Most of them know him from Home Alone too.
Yeah.
They know him from Bobby Brown's video.
Do you think a lot of the people on the right saw the upward trajectory of Donald Trump as like a movie star to a politician, and now they want to do the same thing but in reverse? Because I noticed a lot of the people that we've talked about, you called them out and said these people want to be famous. Trump kind of was famous and then went the opposite way.
I won't say, well, like I did say that they don't want to go Hollywood, because that's the thing. As much as they hate Hollywood, they love Hollywood. They think they can go to Hollywood and change it. No, you're gonna go there and do the cocaine like everybody else. You already do it at these conferences. You already do the orgies at these conferences. I think that's just practice. That's just me. But I think their trajectory, they don't understand it. that trajectory, you got to do a lot to get there. They think because they're on the internet right now that this is their promotional reel. They're over there praising CNN right now.
CNN is liberal.
Yeah, but because they're saying now Trump is doing good, now they're praising. I'm like, you watching a psyop in real time. They were never serious. I want a lot of people to understand is the reason why I show a lot of MAGA's missteps is to show that they're not serious. Most of them are liberals. They all grifted from the left. And it's insane watching it. It's starting to leak out now. That's why they started calling them woke right.
And that's also why they're saying that MAGA has been infiltrated.
MAGA was infiltrated the day he came off that escalator in the first rally. It was infiltrated. Tatum Tops, perfect example, went on a podcast and told everybody, oh, I used to be a liberal until I heard Trump speak. So you didn't even care about the values of being a conservative. You could have stayed a liberal and still been a Trump supporter.
What was her name? Laura Lumen. Didn't she do the same thing? Wasn't she like...
She's a liberal.
What's the goddamn lady's name? Is it Laura Lumen that I'm
Laura
talking about?
Lumen. We just call her Laura Loopy.
I'm talking about the woman with the glasses who used to work with... Yeah, that's her.
Yeah, Howard Stern in the face.
Yeah, damn.
I ain't coming off of that hill.
Howard Stern, bro.
That looks like Howard Stern.
Oh man, I was not expecting that at all. I was
She's
not
a fraud. She's trying to butter up the Trump so she could go national. I see the play. She's trying to out everybody else so the line will be a little quicker to the front. Yeah, she wants to get on Fox News and use that to try to springboard into a national job.
Yeah, I was just kind of confused because I know I remember her being a very adamant Hillary supporter.
And then Trump came around and got momentum and she grifted. They all did it. That's why I said what I said about Tatum Tots just now. He heard Trump speak and all of a sudden he's a conservative. Trump ain't no conservative. That's why when I ask him what a conservative is, they can't tell me. So what are you conserving?
So what, in your opinion, what do you consider Trump if he's not a conservative or he's damn sure ain't a liberal?
He's a fake Bible thumping liberal from New York.
He still called him a liberal.
He is a liberal.
A fake Bible thumping liberal.
He's a fake Bible. He the mouth you invite to church. Like you have your friend that's over for vacation, and you know you gotta go to church, and you're like, yeah, you know, we go to church every Sunday. So you know, I try to get you out of it, but mom's say I gotta go, so you won't go. And they be sitting there looking uncomfortable. That's Trump. But he knew how dumb the right was, and he knew how lucrative the Christian dollar was. So he said, okay. But he couldn't push the grift too much by doing what the left does when they show up at black churches. He couldn't pull that because then they would have figured out the grift. So he just claimed that he is Protestant and he loved God and all this. He basically doing what Bush did in 2004, just on a lighter scale. And it's sad to see because them fools running around there talking about, oh, I used to be on the left and now I'm a conservative. And then I'm looking at y'all, and like I said, with them conferences, if you such a conservative and you love God and all this, the stuff y'all do at them conferences, God would have struck all of y'all down if he was walking the earth. He would pay no cover charge. He'd throw that table over, no lanyard, and everybody in that auditorium would have got the business.
You bring up these conferences, and I'm so amused by this because it reminds me of like just regular freak offs. Basically, Diddy got nothing on them from what you're saying.
But that's what it is. They've been outed so many times. They always try to bury those stories. It comes out every 2 weeks after one of these conferences. It comes out. Somebody was sleeping with somebody's husband. People were DMing each other all these months, and now they finally got to the conference. They sneak away and they go do their thing. The cocaine running around, the endless amount of booze, the hookups. Some of your favorite conservatives were in the bathroom giving each other, you know, the 4-letter word that starts with O, and some of them was same sex.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ain't no bullshit. It just happened to the one in Phoenix. The one where Bryson Gray fought that dude. That chick Cherise Lane exposed one of them. That's really the real reason. That's one of the main reasons why they don't like her. Besides the fact that she was working with Byron Donalds, and MAGA don't really. MAGA love to tell you they love Byron Donalds. They really don't. But that's another subject for another day. But she outed him. She outed him.
Yeah, I was gonna say we need to talk about Byron Donalds on a more extensive situation because there's some questions about him and the MAGA. I really want to know why they don't really like him, but they put on
because he claimed he's working for Florida. He want to work for MAGA. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But don't act like you down there helping the people of Florida. You're not. You trying to be a star. And if you'd have just told them the truth on that, they would have respected it. You showing up at the DNC for what? Talking about, I just want to see what it looks like, what's going on. What? You paid money to go to Chicago to go see what the DNC is doing when you could have watched it on TV like everybody else. So you took taxpayer money, which includes security and all that. We paid for your dumb ass to go up there so you could see what was going on. Then DeSantis came outside and gave him the business, and when that reporter asked him the question, and he ain't recovered since. He looked like a fool now. MAGA is losing ground in Florida. It's hilarious.
And this is the reason why Byron Donalds is. How is he like tied with somebody who isn't running right now? That isn't.
All right, she's ahead.
She's ahead of him now?
She's ahead.
Oh, man.
There was already questions of him beating a Democrat who used to be a Republican. If she jumps in the race, he's not winning that primary.
Oh, man.
I promise you. They talking about some, that Hope Foundation that she got down there, that Hope Florida Foundation, that's going to hurt her. It's really not. Because most of Florida didn't even know that existed. And they bypass it. Because her last name is DeSantis. He's behind her on some polls and she's not even in it.
How is that even possible though? Like she's not even in the race. Well, it's the same thing that they tried to do with what's her name? Michelle Obama, where they said that Michelle Obama was ahead in the presidential race and she hadn't even
the fact that side is going to vote for that because of their name. She's gonna have, if she enters that race, she's going to have that DeSantis machine behind her.
Well,
all she needs to do is get Miami on her side. He has no shot.
Do you think if she ends up jumping into the race, or when she jumps into the race, because in my eyes it's only a matter of time, do you think that it'll be genuinely her who would be running things if she was to win, or would it just be another
No,
term
her
for
husband will be
DeSantis?
working. Her husband will be giving her advice while he's probably trying to set himself up to be on that stage for 28. That could be the ultimate plan. She runs Florida, he runs the nation. And try to turn Florida into the model to make every state like that. Because it's funny that I'm watching him now do these speeches and he's saying shit that people are been asking him to do for years. Like ease back on property taxes and all that. It's just very convenient. Maybe that tree when that tree hit the mansion, it might have spurred something. I say that facetiously, by the
way. if the man DeSantis makes it to the 2028 stage, do you see him making it as of through the primary? Do you think he's going to actually, or how long do you think it would take before he get kicked out if he gets kicked? Because last time it was all because Trump was still running, and the dude he took a while to back out.
Maybe New Hampshire. The lot can change. Something might come out and damage his shit. Plus, he got a lot of work to do because his national reputation ain't good.
Right.
So he got a lot of work to do. That's why they're trying to float. That's why they're trying to float JD, because it's easier. They out there talking about, oh, it's his birthday today. Who gives a fuck? He's just a year older. Who cares?
Well, I'm gonna ask you this one more question, and then I'm gonna let you rock out. Pause. That did not mean to go like that.
Oh, by the way, screw Vivek.
If you on both, let's do both parties. If you can choose someone who's very competent, let's make sure they're competent within both parties to be the runners, the next selected people of the DNC and the RNC to run for president of the United States, who do you think it should be, and who do you think their vice should be?
The Democrats are smart. They run Josh Shapiro and Ro Khanna. They smart.
Why Josh Shapiro?
Well, for one, Josh Shapiro, considering how he's been running Pennsylvania, he don't have too many hiccups on him. And the fact that, I'm not saying that he could do this, but he could pull the Jewish card. He could pull it, and people ain't gonna hate on it. Plus the fact that he's been sympathetic the last year, and he's well liked. So you could run him, or you could even run Andy Bashir down there in Kentucky. If you want to try to split that Southern vote, you could do that too. They have the Democrats have options. They just have no message. And whoever they pick, they gotta go 100% on whatever message they want to put down and tailor it so they can have everybody follow it. Y'all gonna hate me for saying this, but if the Republicans are smart, which I know they're not, they make Wheels their new FDR. I told you y'all gonna hate me for saying that. No. I told y'all gonna hate me for saying that.
Oh, no.
I know I don't want to see it, but that's probably their best option. JD is terrible.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no.
I know, I don't want to see that. But if they want to try to split that vote, I go get him. I go see what his temperature is. You can't run Brian Kemp. He's not good nationally. They ain't fucking with him. Georgia, as much as Georgia likes him, I don't see them voting for him in 28. I don't see it.
Well, who would be Will's running mate? Because you got to make him less polarizing in that sense with a running mate.
Fantasy booking, you throw enough money and turn Fetterman into a Republican.
What?
I said fantasy booking. I said if we fantasy booking, you got to do that. But realistically, he might have to. Knowing the Republicans, they're gonna if they did give it to Will, they're gonna bring him DeSantis and try to play Texas and Florida versus the world.
That's not going to work out well.
I know it's not going to work. I know it's not going to work. It'd be a hell of a race, though. The amount of content we'd have, it'd be a hell of a race because they can't run AOC. AOC's starting to get exposed now by people who ran her campaigns. That ain't gonna work. She'd be best either staying in Congress, trying to go for the speakership, or like she said, she try to go to the Senate where she'll have more power. Or even stupidly, either try to angle for a job in the White House or go back to New York and try to run for mayor.
Do you think, and I know I said that would be the last question, but this will be the last question here. Do you think, and just off the names that you named here, you said that the Democrats have a messaging problem, or they don't know their message. They don't have a message in the first place. With the whole outcome of the last election, especially because of the Foundation of Black American Grassroots has been calling these folks out and saying, if you do not bring us some tangibles, you're not going to get back in the office. Do you think anybody in the Democratic Party has any type of credibility that they can send out the kind of sway foundational Black Americans or just Black Americans in general on moving back towards the Democratic Party without providing tangibles?
Y'all best bet is to get to Ro Khanna since he come out of California.
Anybody out of California is screwed. I'm gonna tell you that.
I know, but if you could pull him and show him what y'all were doing with the reparation stuff and get him on board with that, that could work. That's a long shot, though. But they really don't have anybody right now because everybody in there, whenever you mention who they are and they have the Democrat behind them, nobody Black want to hear
it. Toria said, "You're not gonna run, baby girl, KG."
Hell no, I ain't running her out there. But the first thing they're gonna do, they're like, "Oh, your daddy was at January 6th on the ground. Yeah, you a traitor." I'm like, okay, good. See. All right, we get back the money. It's all good.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and let you rock out, family. Before we let our brother take the stage here, I want to remind everybody that all super chats will be donated to our brother, our good brother. So just make sure whatever you donate, you donate. And I'd like to thank my brother once again for even being here to drop the jewels that he's going to be dropping. So, my brother, without further ado, it's all on you.
All right. Well, thank you for having me, Church. You know, Hogan had to start the show off first, but that's all good. But if you want more insightful political commentary and MAGA terrorizing, come over to Kid Gravity Beyond. We have fun. We talk about anything and everything. And like I said earlier, we aim to tell the truth. We aim to tell the truth because it's the only thing that's going to keep you alive out here. And don't worry, this week we got some truth dropping, especially about that Cincinnati situation. There's some truth because I love how them right wingers love to tell you that you should be able to protect yourself. But then when you protect yourself, they want to tell you shouldn't protect yourself because somebody called you a bad word. Okay, good. And we're going to still do it. everybody gets swung on. Because y'all love that video of old boy in that movie hitting everybody in the family. Likewise, we love that video of Bernie Mac on the train tracks, smacking everybody. Leave people alone. That's what we saying. And I'm getting ready for SummerSlam. And we room for everybody black tonight. That's it.
That's it. That's all. Okay.
That's it. I ain't got nothing else to say because, you know, I want to keep up my energies.
Save it for the show.
Oh, my Lord. Listen, black women tonight, boy.
Who you looking forward to seeing?
Well, I know they're probably going to lead off with Naomi's match. So, allegedly, her old tag team partner is going to come back tonight. So, that's 2 black women right there. And maybe Bianca shows, so that's 3. And then Brother Montez, he gonna be in another ladder match. He might do something stupid, so we gotta pray for the brother.
Man, I'm gonna need Montez Ford to get a run. I need him to get a run.
They ain't gonna give him no run because the white man went down there and said he ain't giving no black people no run unless you're a female. So that your name is Trick Williams, but that's Shawn Michaels. But, you know, he ain't gonna get no black male no run.
I'm gonna be honest with you, it'd probably be their best bet to pull a lot more people back in because I've been getting kind of bored with it lately.
That's why I was saying early in the year, I want to see Montez and Cody Rhodes at the end of the year. I want to see that. Put the title on the line. I want to see that.
And then Montez wouldn't even have to win that. It's still
I don't even need him to win. I need him to give me about 12 minutes of a banger pause and show the world. Give me 12 minutes of a banger.
That was crazy.
For sure.
I don't even know what to say.
That's why I said pause.
Yeah, I know, but damn it, I heard it when you said 12 minutes of that. Just
I'm saying. Y'all know what time it is.
Oh man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm glad my homegirl, she got a job there. My sister Brianna Brandy, aka B Fab. Shout out to her. Salute to her.
I need her on the shows. How you take her off? She improved. How you gonna take her off? Let's go.
Absolutely. That's another thing that I'm pissed off about. It's like you take these athletes and you work with them. And then when you finally start seeing when they're horrible, you give them all kind of TV time. But when you finally start seeing improvement, then you want to snatch them off. Yeah, I'm be honest with you. I love Jade Cargill. That's my girl. I love her. But she's rough around the edges, and she was hella rough around the edges. And y'all gave her all kinds of TV time. But let me not get into the.
Well, she about to be gone. She gotta go film that movie with Jonathan Major. So.
Yeah, but still, I'm just saying, give my girl be Fab a little love too. That's all.
That's what I'm saying. She need that. But you know, maybe I'm asking for too much, but maybe they need to bring back Nation Domination. Put all the black talent in.
Hey, I'm all for that. But you gotta have a strong leader like Farouk. You got to have Farouk. You can't be sending out a rock figure.
Our truth.
Get it, man. I'm about to throw my controller.
Throw it, because you're gonna have to go to the store, go get a new camera. You get a new controller too.
Not our truth, bro. No,
our truth don't need to wrestle that much. He could just motivate.
To be honest with
Carmelo, the Prophet, B-Fab, and what's his name? Lemnium and Omos.
You know, to be honest with you though,
where is Omos?
They sent him back to Nigeria.
Bullshit. Y'all sent that man to Japan and he was over. And I sent him back, and he's sitting there doing nothing.
I'm gonna be honest with you though, storyline wise though, if they were to make R-Truth the leader of the Nation of Domination, the New Age Nation of Domination, that would be the slowest burn. The slow, you know how they say you got a slow burn. That'd be the slowest cooked situation I ever seen. From this man being a super buffoon from the time that they brought him in to him being one of the most radical people.
just make him look unhinged. He's like, they don't like you, but you gotta go out there and entertain.
Look how they treated me all these years. Had me jumping around, doing the splits, backflips.
I'm not saying you don't have to do that, but you won't have to do that. But you still gotta go out there and kill it. Bro, come on. Come on.
That would be good.
Come on, Triple H, stop shaking hands with Trump.
Because even Tony Khan, the bastard that he is, even he saw a good thing and he put it back together, you know what I'm saying, with the Hurt Syndicate or the Hurt Business, you know what I'm saying? So, like, if it's working, you should give it a shot. I think that Hunter, he should look at this and give it a shot. That I was against it when you said R-Truth at the beginning, but him as a character, it would make the most sense that he started to realize how he was being used as a character, and then started going to other black athletes and started preaching that gospel of, you know, you don't have to act like that. They had me acting like a buffoon. Forgive.
Look at what they did. I had to cut my hair.
My real name is Ron. It's Ron, baby. I never wanted to be called R-Truth. Oh man.
But knowing that, they're gonna try to put Bailey in it.
Not Bailey.
They don't know no better.
Have her as the manager.
Shit.
Like they did with the Kabuki Warriors.
Shit. Oh, she got a big butt. Yeah, she black. She's white and Spanish. What do you mean? She's really from Sicily. I don't understand what's the problem. She's from Sicily. Well, KG, man, I appreciate you coming, man. Oh, pause, man. God, hold on, man. Hold on. God.
That was crazy.
For sure.
I don't even know what to say.
All right, yeah. All right, look. Pause to the utmost.
All these pauses are not my fault.
I appreciate you for being here today, KG, taking your time out of your busy schedule as well as your off day, because, you know, I know the off days are for the family. So I truly appreciate you coming and spreading and dropping some.
He did it again.
Pause.
He did it again.
God dang it. You know what, man? This dude, man. All right, KG. Look. We gonna end this here, all right? Because I can't do too many more pause moments. You dig?
Shout out to Snitsky. It's not my fault.
My family, we got to do much more of these, man. I want to actually bring you back to talk about some situations in China. You know, because the tariffs are affecting China in some ways, and especially with the closing of a lot of those factories out there. But I want to get your take because I have a couple of clips. You dig? A couple of clips from some news syndicates over that way. So I want to get your take on what they have to say, because some people over there feel like China's on the verge of collapse. And I know that you warn a lot about the global South. So I definitely want your take on that. I definitely want to know how you feel about some of these situations. So I'm going to be hitting you in the back channel so we can set that up. But much love to you, family. Thank you for coming here. Pause. Thank you for being here. And enjoy the rest of your Sunday, my brother.
Yes, sir. You too.
Thank you. Family, much love to our brother KG. Man, look. That sometimes it just happened like that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of possible moments between brothers. That's how that works. God dang it. Like, you should hear me and my other brothers talk. We got to pause every 15 minutes. But much love for each and every one of you for being here. I want to give a shout out to C. Terry. Thank you for your super sticker. Much love to you. Thank you for your contribution. And that's blessed tenfold. And I want to thank each and every one of you for dropping in. Pause to that as well. Larry D, I seen you come in. Pause. You know what? I'm just gonna go up the list. We're just salute the Ots. Thank you for being here, family. Still Kevin Trees, thank you for being here. Torian Ranks, thank you for being here, my brother. Oh, let's see here. Leonardo Yuda, shalom, and thank you for being here, family. Much love to you. Rosemary, my sister, thank you for being here. Appreciations always. I want to make sure I got. All right. And if I ain't got, our sister Angelic, much love to you. I know you dropped in for a hot second and had to get back to work, but much love to you. Thank you for being here, family. So, family, and our brother Armageddon's in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here. Family, I appreciate y'all for being here today. I've had a ball. I laughed a lot today. And I hope y'all enjoyed it as well. Salute to our brother KG once again. Thank you for being here today. And until I think Tuesday. It's the next time I'll be going live, family. So I'll see you all there. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Much love to the mods, much love to the members, as well as everybody who's going to catch this on the replay. Y'all have a very beautiful rest of your Sunday. But before we go, I got to say, if you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you hit that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click that link in the description. Go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. And with that being said, family, make sure if you're not subscribed, make sure if you're not subscribed to my brother KG that you go over to the Kid Gravity Beyond page and subscribe to my brother, as well as his Cashapp is in the border down here, the ticker. So if you guys on the playback want to send a Cashapp to our brother, it is in the ticker as well. But with that being said, much love to each and every one of you. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And the doors of the church are now closed. Peace, family.
My grandfather built this country, man. He fought wars for it. And most places he went wouldn't let him sit down and get a cup of coffee. I can't even catch a cab in New York. It doesn't matter how many degrees I get. All you people see is color. Your grandfather was an immigrant. You're American. My grandfather was born here, Duke. And you people still look at me as just another nigga.
I know that the government, whatever, can't stand us black people. He's doing everything in the world to make black man be extinct. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Us black people going to survive. Yeah. So fuck everybody. I'm out.